All right, let's get started. I want you to think about something you probably have right next to you, maybe even in your hand, a computer processor. We're going to look at this thing in a way I bet you never have before. We're not talking specs, not today. Instead, we're diving into its secret life as a thinking stone. Sounds wild, right? Let's unravel this thing together.
And boom, right there. That single question, that's the heart of our entire journey today. Think about it. It just completely reframes this piece of tech we all take for granted. It's not just a bunch of circuits and code anymore, is it? Suddenly it's a piece of the earth, a literal stone that has somehow, impossibly, been taught to dream. This is the idea that's going to guide everything we talk about.
So yeah, that leads us right to the big central mystery. How in the world does a simple stone learn to dream? It just sounds impossible, doesn't it? I mean, you take this inert, totally common object, and somehow it gets transformed into something that, I don't know, performs insane calculations, creates mind-blowing art, and connects billions of us across the globe. This is the enigma we're going to try and crack open. Okay, so let's jump into our first section, a stone that dreams, the enigma of the processor. To really get this, we have to try and forget what we think we know. We need to look at this thing not as technology, but as this mysterious thinking stone. Let's strip away all the jargon and just marvel at the wonder of it.
Yeah, so just forget all the tech talk for a minute. Gigahertz, nanometers, all that stuff. Let's think of it like this. It's a stone that's alive. For real. It's humming with this incredible energy, with billions, literally billions of tiny little switches just firing on and off, on and off. And the language it's speaking, binary code, it's so basic, so fundamental that it almost feels less like something we invented and more like some forgotten cosmic tongue we just happened to stumble upon again.
All right, on to our next part. From dust of the earth, the processor's humble origins. So obviously this thinking stone had to come from somewhere, right? And this is where the story gets really wild. You'd think something this magical would have some kind of crazy exotic origin story. But the truth? Well, it's way more profound and a whole lot more humble. I mean, get this. It comes from sand. That's right, just plain old sand. The very foundation of our entire digital world is built on common, everyday sand. And that's the part that's so incredible, this huge contrast. The most complex, most sophisticated piece of tech we have ever made starts its life as just dust, something we don't even think about.
And this comparison just lays it all out, perfectly. On the one side, you've got common quartz. It's what's in sand. It's unremarkable, right? Just dust of the earth. But then, through this insane process of purification, it becomes what you see on the other side, pure silicon. And just look at it. It's glassy, it's glowing, it's radiant. It honestly looks less like something you'd find on a beach and more like a piece of another world, maybe a fragment from a star.
So, the big question is, how do you get from that otherworldly material to a stone that actually thinks? Well, as we'll see in this next section, etched with starlight, it's not really manufacturing, it feels more like modern-day alchemy, a process where light itself is the artist's tool. So, let's break this down into 3 steps. First up, the purification. You take that common quartz and transform it into that pure, otherworldly silicone. Step 2 is the starlight etching. Okay, this is where the real magic kicks in. Using these super focused beams of light, almost like a chisel made of starlight, we carve these incredibly complex patterns onto the silicon. It's nuts. And then, the final step, the awakening. That's the moment we send electricity through it for the very first time, and all those billions of switches just come alive. They start humming together. You know, what's wild is if you could actually zoom in and look at these patterns, you wouldn't really see a machine. It looks more like something organic or even celestial. These tiny, intricate pathways, they look like star maps or like the sprawling arms of a nebula out in deep space. It's literally a universe in miniature. Okay, let's move into this last section, and it's a big one. A whisper from beyond? The ultimate question of origin, because when you think about this whole process, from a grain of sand to a tiny star map, it's just so unlikely. It feels like a miracle. And that kind of forces you to ask a much, much bigger question. Where did we even get the idea to do this? Seriously, just think about it for a second. Was this whole thing really born just from human curiosity? Did we really, bit by bit, figure out how to teach a rock to think all by ourselves? Was it just a straight line of human invention and ingenuity? Or was there something else going on? The ideas we're exploring today really push us to wonder, did we get a little help? Could it be that whispers from way out there, beyond the stars, actually guided our hands in this creation?
And that brings us to the biggest, most mind-bending question of all. Are these silicon minds we've created actually just echoes? Echoes of alien blueprints? Could it be some kind of technological seed just left here for us to find and grow? It's a lot to think about, for sure.
And really, that leaves us with this incredible final thought. Maybe intelligence isn't something we invent at all, but something we unlock. That the ability to think is just sleeping, everywhere, even in the simplest dust, Just waiting for us to remember the secrets of the universe to wake it up. So next time you pick up your phone or sit at your computer, maybe you'll see the little piece of starlight inside. Thanks so much for joining me on this one.